Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another STORMWORKS video and welcome to episode 3 of the boat plane build series. Today we're going to be adding some landing gear so we can drive up onto the beach from the water to make it easier for the passengers to get in and out of, as well as adding a few bits and pieces to the exterior such as some lights and some handles. But anyway guys, as always, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Okie dokie, so let's start with the front landing gear. So what I want to do, I want to have a wheel on each side, kind of tuck up inside and fold out when we're getting close to the land. And we're going to do the same with the back there. So these wheels are only to drive up on the beach sort of thing to make it easier to get in and out of, not to land on a runway as such. So yeah, got to keep that in mind. But what we'll do, let's make a little hole just here. I cannot see what I'm doing for all this black around. Let's just make a little bit of this white so we can see what we're doing. That should be fine. Just a little bit under here as well. Boop, just like that. Okie dokie. So let's come down underneath here. Let's put a pivot in this area. Let's go pivot. Grab a couple of these. We'll just turn them around that way. Good. Let's get rid of all of this. Can go just for the moment. And let's work off this piece here. So what we'll do, this can come out maybe one block. Oh, actually, no. We'll come down one block and then out. Then we're going to chuck a wheel on here. See if this works. We'll go like this. Turn that around that way. Okay, that's probably a little bit wide actually. What if we just put them right there? That should be all right. Okay, let's go with that. And then underneath here, we'll chuck a wedge. Turn it around that way. Very good, just like so. And I suppose on the top, we can have another one just like that to make it look like it's half strengthened by something at least. Then we'll just fill that back in with a block just like so. Okie dokie. So that's not looking too bad already. Then we're going to grab a couple of these wedges. If we turn them around that way, that should line up with the rest of that, shouldn't it? And then if we went along here as well, how on earth am I going to do this? If I turn one of these around that way and come around, not like that, turn them around this way, and we'll go along like that. That can go, will that hit the ground? Yes, it will. That isn't very good. Maybe what we could do, what if we make these wheels a little bit bigger, even up to 2? How big is that going to look? Okay, that's not too bad. We could go like that. These look a bit strange, don't they? If we go like this, then when that folds away, it should pretty much close up that whole gap, shouldn't it? Or maybe to make that look even a little bit better, what if we got rid of those two and we chuck some of these little pyramids on? Let's see what this would look like. Go like this. Yeah, okay. And then we'll just go like that. Is that strange? I don't know. Or, you know, even better yet, what if we got rid of those two and we just put some wedges in here like that? That should work, I think. We go like this. Yeah, okay, there's one. And we'll put the other one over here. So that way, that's the only little bit that sticks out. I wonder if that'll fold up. It should do, hopefully. Let's assume it will. We'll go with that for now. Now, let's get a Bizza door controller out. And we're going to give this a test. Then we'll hide this all properly. Let's get a toggle button out and one of these ones. We'll just do this on the one side as well. We'll just chuck that right here. Let's get rid of that one so we don't get too confused. So what we'll do, we'll just make sure this works and then we'll continue on. So we'll connect that with that one, just like that. And then when the button's off, we want it to go into -1. And when we push it, we want it to be 0. Okie dokie. So when it's off, it needs to be -1. So we go -1. And when we push the button, that needs to be 0. Okay, update that, confirm, good. So that's all connected up, so that should work. So let's spawn it in and see what it does. Here we go. Good. Let's head down here. Good. Okay, so push the button and out it comes. Push the button again and up it goes. Okay, that's not too bad actually. I don't mind that at all. How big's the gap when it's shut? Okay, that's all right. It'll probably blend in once it's all painted actually. So let's assume that that's going to be all good. Let's just get rid of them for now. Let's tidy up this area a little bit. So what we could probably do, what if we get some wedges? We'll just fill in this area up like this. We need to do it on both sides though, don't we? Boom, boom. Okay, get rid of that. Go along like this. Then come over here. Turn that around that way. So what's going on here? We've got the wheel to come in there, don't we? So we have to go there. Okay, and then we'll just come along like this. And a few more bits and pieces to make this look a little bit better. There we go. So it's got its own little area it sits in. And we'll just grab a little 1x1 wedge and fill that area in there. Okie dokie. So now we'll just give all of this a quick paint. And then we'll connect it up properly, I suppose. Make this all black, please. One thing. These pivots can be black as well. Otherwise, we won't be able to change it later on, will we? Okay, so let's go pivot. Grab some of these ones again. Let's do this part once more. Turn that around that way. Okie dokie. Then we'll connect that with that. Do the same with those two. All right. Good. And then we've got a few other bits and pieces that need to be black as well. So all this actually have to be changed to black, isn't it? Far out. All right, so let's go for black like this. That needs to be black, that little wedge there. So we'll go to wedge. I can barely see this color. Okay, that's the wrong way. Needs to go that way. And underneath, we've got a few bits and pieces as well. So turn these ones around like that. Yes. And these two here. And that should be the majority of it. Jeez, I can barely see. All right, turn that around that way. Yeah, there's one. And there's the other one. Okay. So that should match up. Hopefully, if it doesn't, we'll sort it out afterwards. That should be right, though. So black. Let's bucket tip everything in here. Got a little piece just in there we need to get. All right, that's most of the wheel arch, and just a few bits on the outside here. And I can see a little bit of white floating around in there. Okay, is that everything? Still a bit more. Can I get it? There we go. All right, so that should be all of it. So when they're folded away, we shouldn't be able to see that at all. So what I thought we could do, let's do the same thing on the back down here now. So what we'll do, let's reset the grid, grab this and this, or the whole wheel rather, like so. Good, and we need that pivot. There we go. Is that the whole contraption? It looks like it. So we'll copy that. And we're going to drag it all the way to the back. Okay, is this the area we need it? Jeez, I can't see what I'm doing here. I'm going to have to paint some of this white. I just can't see. All right, so we'll just make some of this that we can change later on. Make this all white just so we can see what we're doing. Just like that. Good. So that is too far back. So if we go to there, except what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to turn that around that way, aren't we? So then the pivots aren't in the way. If we go right here, that should be a pretty good spot. So paste that in. Merge the important parts together. There we go. And that should be it. Is that right? Oh, so there's a lot of pivots back here. Some of this can go. That should be right, shouldn't it? All right, let's grab some of these. We'll have to... Oh, that's all black down here. Why did I paint all this black, did I? I might just change it back to white, I think. We'll just go like that. Does that... That shouldn't affect too much, should it? Nah. Should... Oh, yeah, up here. So if we just go like this with the regular brush. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, let's sort out that problem. Now we have to do the same thing on the back. Alrighty, so that is it all finished. It looks a little bit funny, but it should be right just to drive up on the beaches sort of thing to make it easier to get in and out of. So we're going to leave it like that for now. One thing I did just spot, let's just quickly fix up this area. That wants to be black there. That should be one on the top and that part there. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. But let's put a toggle button inside here. So let's go toggle. Let's go back to white so we can see what we're doing. Toggle button, we'll just chuck it over here. This will not be how it's exactly going to be. I'm just putting it here for the sake of testing it. And we're going to dedicate a whole episode to kind of doing the cockpit there, or the interior. So this needs to go to a Bizza controller, doesn't it? So we'll grab one of these. If we just put that, we'll just put it down here for now. Why not? Boink. Just like that. This can come up to there. Good. And this, I have to go out to 1, 2, and there should be some more pivots back here. There is 1 and 2. All right. So what do we need to change this to again? So it needs to be... When it's off, it needs to be positive, and when we turn it on, it needs to go to 0. So let's go in here and sort that out. So when it's off, it needs to be positive 1, and when it's off, it needs to, or when it's on rather, it needs to be 0. I think that's right. All right, so update that, confirm. Let's just spawn that in to make sure it's all good. Let's test out our little door. Boink. Yes, very good. All right, and jump up inside. Awesome. Shut that door. Open up here and jump in our seat. All right, so everything is put away. As you can see, it's fairly well hidden. Doesn't look too bad. And then we'll push the button and it should all pop out. There it is. Okay, very good. It looks so weird. It kind of looks like an RV. I don't know if those wheels sticking out. It looks funny. And then we'll just leave it like that. All right, that is pretty good. Let's head back to the workbench. So the next thing we need to do is add brakes for this so we can actually stop. So trigger. Let's go down to all of these. Boom and boom. Let's just make sure that is on toggle. Yes, it is. So this is brakes. That will do. Probably don't need to do it in all caps, but there we go. So next up, what I thought we could do, we could just add a few little bits and pieces to the outside of this. So first thing being a little handle. Might put it just on, oh, we'll put it down here, that'll be right. Handle, and we'll grab one of these and chuck it right in there. Oh, that way. That's a bit better. And paint that black up into the paintbrush. There we go. Good, and maybe one up here wouldn't hurt either. Grab a handle. I just can't see in that black color. I might have to go around and fix it all up afterwards. No, we'll just fix it now. Why not? There we go. So for a handle there, a handle on the door. I don't think we're going to need too many, to be honest, so that might just be a-okay. And the next thing I wanted to do was add some lights. So let's do the interior lights first. Let's go light in white, please. Thank you. And we'll chuck maybe 1 or 2 in the cabin here. What if we just have 1? That'll be enough. Chuck it up here. And boink. There we go. So we have our light for inside there. We're going to need a few along this area too. So we go 1 there, and... Or what if we go 1 there, and 1 there? Are they evenly spaced? Yes, they are. Okay, good. So we got the light now. Turn that around that way. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, perfect. So we've got lights inside. That should be more than enough. Then we're going to need a few on here as well. So maybe, I don't know what these are really going to have. So I'm probably just going to make up our own as we go. Turn that around, up that way. There we go. So I don't know if we have the flashing lights on this being like a boat plane. But yeah, we'll just kind of make it up as we go. So we have a couple there, kind of like our nav lights or whatever. We could probably have something up on here as well. Why not in the middle? We'll just have like a red light that sticks up like that's good. We'll have one on the top here too, I guess. Why not? That didn't interrupt too much, did it? Nope, that should be a-okay. And then that might be enough for the outside of those. Maybe we can add some sort of spotlights as well on here. Maybe on the fronts of these. Does that look all right? Or maybe we have something sticking off the top here. We could go like that. Yeah, we could build some sort of little structure over that. Maybe let's get some wedges out and see what we can do. If we go like this, and then maybe 2x4, will that look okay? We'll grab another one of these, turn it around that way. Yeah, okay. And we'll go like this, turn them around like this, and go like that. Yeah, why not? That looks fine. And I thought what we could do, just so I remember, let's add a camera up here as well. Little medium camera. Why not? We can look over the front of the whole thing. There we go. Very good. All right, so we'll leave it just like that. So we've got plenty of lighting. Maybe we can have some sort of entryway light as well. That probably wouldn't hurt, would it? So we'll grab one of these. And then right in the middle where the doorway is, we'll go right here. Turn that around the right way. That's not even a light, is it? All right, try this again. Go around that way. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so let's add some buttons in for all this. Let's go toggle. We'll chuck the ones on the inside first. Now, I can't put any just here, so I have to have the button over. We'll put it here. Why not? Go like the... Oh, we will be able to reach that when this is folded up. Oh, yeah, that should line up with that gap there on the staircase, hopefully. Hopefully. Otherwise, we won't be able to get to it. We'll fix up if it doesn't work, though. So go with all those ones. Very good. So that turns on those lights, and then we can have a separate switch inside here. Put one there, and that will turn on our little cockpit light, just like that. Very good. So now we've got a few other lights we need to turn on in here. So let's go with a display piece. We'll grab one of these, an instrument panel. We'll just chuck it on this side for the moment. Like I said before, we'll dedicate a whole episode to fixing all this up. But for now, this is how it can be. So maybe what if we just go nav lights? That will just turn on most of them on the outside. Then number 2 will be spotlights. And I think that'll nearly do it. Unless we have some sort of lights on the bottom for when we're up on the land. We could possibly do that, you know. What if we try that? What if we chuck some up in here? Some little spotlights. Could we use maybe... What kind of room have we got? No, we'll just use these ones. So let's go back to light. Just chuck some of these in, I suppose, to go up in here. Turn them around that way. Is that far the right way? Yep. Yes, it is. Good. So we have a couple lights up in here. I didn't do that on both sides. There we go. That's a little bit better. So there's plenty of lighting on this thing. So that should be more than enough. So maybe we can have, maybe, I don't know, what, they're not really headlights, are they? Should we call them maybe spotlights? The other ones can be kind of landing lights, maybe? So those can be spotlights. So we'll just have landing lights, I suppose. Why not? We don't need a capital there, do we? All right, good. Okie dokie. So let's change this to a button on toggle on number 1. Another button, toggle number 2. And landing lights on a button, toggle number 3. Now, I don't know what we're going to put on the number 4 one at the moment. Actually, we could make that some sort of lights that are facing backwards. So if we have to reverse back out of somewhere, we can do that. So let's do that, actually. Let's go spotlights. We'll chuck a couple... We'll put them up the top here, I suppose. Why not? We'll put them right on the edge, just like this. Or, you know what? Even above here. That'll be a-okay. And they're upside down. Cool. Turn them around that way. Good. So that'll kind of be our rear spotlights. So let's go in here and fix that one up. Then we can make a controller for it. That'd be really good. This is it here. So this will be rear spotlights. Just like that. Good. On a button on toggle and number 4. Okie dokie. Very good. So I'll quickly make up a controller for this and I'll be back in just a moment. Okie dokie, so that should be all hooked up and working. As you can see, everything is all connected together. So what we need to do next, we actually need to color some of these. So let's start with some red just on one side. So that will be red, and over here will be red. Yeah, and then this one will be green, I suppose, just like that. Good. These spotlights at the front, we might dim them down slightly with some, well, we'll go dark gray and see what that does. Yeah, okay, something like that. And then we might do the same with these ones over here, bump, bump, and that is everything. Good. We do need to fix up this bit of paint there, don't we? Back to the brush, black and regular, please, boink, just like that. So I don't think there's any more painting mistakes. That should be the majority of it anyway. We're going to spawn this in a minute and have a look. On the interior as well, we don't need these to be super bright. So what if we dim these down as well? Boom, boom, And that one there, good. And we got one up here, doink. There we go. And we got this one right there. Perfect. So just to confirm, everything's all hooked up. So what I'll do, I will save this and I'll spawn it in through a mission and we'll check it all out and make sure it's all working. Okay, and here it is. It's moving around quite a bit. I don't know why that is. So let's get in and put that landing gear down and see if that fixes our problem real quick. Jump in here, jump in our seat, and doink. Okay, there we go. Oh, we're leaning back a bit, and we're coming back down. So a little bit more weight in the front there, but that's okay. Turn the handbrake on for now as well. Awesome. So let's just jump out and make sure that the door clears that landing gear. Yes, it does. Okay, heaps of room. Okay, very good. I was worried about that, but that looks pretty, it looks funny actually. It kind of looks like an RV, don't you think? I don't know. Looks a bit weird. Anyway, let's jump up and we'll go in here again. Let's shut the door, boink, and we'll test out some of these lights. Okay, we can get to that, good. All right, so that turns on that one and all these ones down here. Very good, and that turns on our cockpit light. Very nice. Alrighty, so what do we got here? Nav lights, that turns on all that stuff on the outside. Very good. Nice. And then next up we have spotlights. There's the two on the front just there. Perfect. Turn those ones off. Next we have landing lights. That is the two on the wings. Very good. And lastly we have our rear spotlights. There we go. So that all works pretty well. We may add some more lights to this in the future, but for now I'm pretty happy with that. But anyway, guys, what I might do, I might end it off here today. Next episode, we're probably going to end up adding our engine, I'd say, and then we have to do our fuel tanks and a few other bits and pieces. So that should be pretty cool, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm going to say thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.